All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is just a kind of a special little episode here of Ms. Mandy's Place, and I was telling everybody the other day about how my very favorite starter base is one that I got from a lovely gentleman with the YouTube channel It's Marlowe, and so I just wanted to take a minute to kind of connect to my other realm that I'm playing in my other world, just to kind of show you off the starter base. That's like the all wooden starter base, but with the color palette that I use from my current playthrough. So let's go ahead and look at that. We're connecting to the realm at the moment. In a minute, I'm going to have to punch out some kitties if they don't stay off of my lap. So, oh, here we are. We're joined up right here, and you're looking at the front door. So let's actually go outside and take a look. I am in the middle of building a bridge to get over to my garden, which you can just barely see it right over there. That's where all of my food is growing. And for the moment, I was having some issues. So for the moment, we're kind of set in peaceful mode. But here's kind of a look at the front of my house, and we might just pop over into creative mode so I can fly up and show you all around this cool little starter house that you can make pretty much early game. Most of the ingredients for this house, the building materials, are all like wood and stone things that you can get early on. The one exception to that would probably be the enchanting setup. But let's go ahead and do that. Creative, there we go. And we're just gonna fly up, and I'm gonna kind of show you around. So this is kind of a 3-story kind of thing. Generally speaking, we start out, the build mode is to start out to do the exterior, and then we go back and add everything else in. So I've changed things up just a little bit from the original, especially since this calls for most of the materials are oak wood, spruce, dark oak, and then you have like these little details here, like you have the fireplaces over the door. In my build, I decided to go with the dark oak palette and grays because, for starters, we're right here in this birch forest, and then as I did just a little bit of exploring, you can see right here at the top of this little hill is a couple of very small dark pale forest biome. They're very small. In fact, I've been on here at night and I haven't seen any creakings or anything, so this might not be the best place. But I did grab me some dark oak and some dark oak saplings. Oh, see, and here's one tree over here all by itself, one or two, just right here in this little tiny bit. I didn't even see this part when I was on my playthrough the other day. So let's get started over here with our little house. And you can see I went to a cherry blossom biome, got my cherry blossom. I've been off to find jungle wood. The trick with this house was I wanted to incorporate the black and white of the birch and just kind of do everything in grays. But the issue with that is like a very big portion of this build involves some composters and some barrels, which I will tell you, if you build this in a village, close to a village, what you're going to end up with is a whole lot of fishermen, because there is a ton of storage in this build. As you can see, these, I'm not sure if you can tell from the back, these are actually barrels, the backside of barrels, and you place them so that this pattern is visible on the exterior. Otherwise, what you will see is a lot of pale oak, stripped pale oak. There's some lecterns up there on the first floor, but on the second floor. But here, let's take a look inside. This just kind of pretty little thing. It's got 2 openings. So when you step right in, what you're going to first step into is the main room, which is set up for a full level 30 enchantment area. You have storage, lots and lots of storage on all sides. I currently have it set up. I put a bunch of, you don't have to do this. I went ahead and used the picture frames. And for the grays and the darker grays, I couldn't get a true black. So what I did was I used this deep slate, and I used some andesite and also some polished andesite just for that. The trouble with being in a birch biome and pale forest is that the trap doors are solid. So when you do this with oak, you use oak and spruce wood, where you'll see a lot of trapdoors in this build. Most of those are either oak so you can see through them, or spruce so that you cannot. So although they don't really grow in this biome, I went with jungle wood because I don't like solid doors. I like to be able to see outside the door when I'm leaving my house, especially if I'm working in this capacity. On this side, we have I have a stone cutter. I have a crafting bench just for extra. At some point, I will probably maybe put in another barrel and also put in an ender chest. I have not been to the end yet or fought the ender dragon, so that's kind of what you can also. Now I use this as an access point. I went and set up my nether portal here underneath the base. That way it doesn't it's not too close. Otherwise, in Marlowe's example, when in his first build for this, in the tutorial, he puts extra chests here for some extra storage right along the back side of this staircase. So staircase takes you up here to the main kind of living level. I didn't put in as many. You can put in trapdoors along here to make a full railing. I didn't like that because it makes it kind of tricky to get up around the corner. Got you some more barrels for storage here. This is usually where I keep all of my really good stuff or really unusual stuff. Additional storage here. This is there's a couple of boxes here for you to put some nice pretty flowers in. I didn't stick any tall windows in there yet. Again, here's your additional storage on either side. Up in here, at some point, when I make some additional workstations, a loom, a smithing table, a fletching table, some of those items, I haven't had a need for those yet, so I didn't create them, but there's spaces created here for you to go ahead and put those right up in these areas on either side of this room. Also, you can put in some additional storage. But this is just kind of a nice little, got your little bed, got your interesting decorations here. I went ahead with the cherry, this is what the cherry blossoms are for, so I could have another additional trap door that allows me to look outside and see what's going on in this here, of course, as our lectern's the back. And then at the very top, we have a furnace setup up here, which right now I have it set up. I don't think that my setup is quite the same as Marlowe's, but I have a couple of regular furnaces up here. I have some smokers, and then I have just a couple of blast furnaces, which I think are empty. I think I've cooked up all of my stuff. And then you have this cute little window you can see out of. I did change this up a little bit because originally the way he did this was by using 2 trapdoors on the back side of this as a sign. This is the new shelf unit that I went ahead and decided to use for that. So I could put something on it or not. A little bench right there. All of my cool stuff. A little extra storage with my fishing gear in it. And then, of course, on the outside, just some little details. You have your, your little fence gates up here for a little additional texture. Little buttons here and there. I kind of went between using the regular logs for the details. On the top, I got a little confused when I got up here on the top because I wasn't really sure how to finish this. And after a couple of different tries, I went with this pale oak and the stripped pale oak logs, and then these those blocks right there for the top, and then all the way up to the top we got the cool little details here. But this, like I said, this is my all-time favorite starter house build. I make this in just about every world that I play in some form or another, usually just with a slightly different palette. But yeah, so that's kind of what we've been doing with that. I haven't, I will get to the point, I haven't done it yet, getting around to go back and finish up my recordings from last Friday. You'll see once they get up there. This episode won't be part of my live streaming for my regular world, but which I don't even know why I'm launching. I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of it. But we'll, oh yeah, see, so I didn't even have to do that. Go back, and I have some single player. I don't know if I have any that have a different setup than that. I'm looking to see. Oh, this, I have lots and lots of different worlds sitting out here. Oh, here's the one that I was playing with my special friend. Good seed, best seeds. Lots and lots and lots of. Oh, here's when I was Neo-Cubist. I was watching his. So that tells you how long ago the last time I accessed that world was. You know, almost, well, 5 years ago almost. In a couple of weeks. Avomance's seed, Nether updates from back in the day, and here's the first one. I haven't been on that one. This is from when the bees were added into the game, so I have a lot of those out there. But I'm not sure, like I said, if I have any. That's from 930 Seed Explorer. This was from a year ago. Let's pop in that one and see if we can see that same starter house in a different one. Now that world hasn't been updated, so hopefully, oh no, look at that. This hasn't even started, not even once. I must have used that to update to the realm. I kind of like taking my worlds, creating them in single player where I can do all the settings, and then I move them over to the realm. And I like kind of having a realm because time doesn't stop in the realm. So things like, especially if I'm at spawn, then crops continue to grow, chickens continue to drop eggs, any of the stuff that I have going on, it just kind of works all on its own. The downside to that is obviously if you have a village that's kind of at your spawn, or that's where your main base is at a village. Sometimes I'll log back in if I've been out for a while and some of my villagers are missing, that they were attacked by mobs and are no longer with us. Luckily, I just have lots of food, I feed them more, and I get new baby villagers, and then all is good. But anyway, so that's this little short video. I just wanted to stop and show you that. I'm going to try and tag it's Marlowe, then show him that how much I really like his starter house and how often I use it, and just kind of the color palette changes that I made for some of the new materials that are available. Thanks for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see new faces, and until we meet again, have a lovely day.